What's up, Rob?
What's going on?
Let's go. So, yeah, I was listening to, I've been listening to Anthony Braxton. I keep going back to his Four Altos record. So, do you know that record?
Yeah, I have. No, I think
it's technically his second record. It's a double LP.
Yeah.
And it's solo alto, the whole thing. So, I keep revisiting that. And then I remembered I listened to that Coleman Hawkins solo from 1948 or something. I was like, do I have any like solo tenor or alto or whatever? And I do. I had Sonny Rollins on Riverside, The Sound of Sonny. One track on that has solo tenor. So I listened to that. That is an awesome recording.
Isn't there a part of the live at the Village Vanguard where... Isn't there a part of the live at the Village Vanguard where he's soloing? Also, what is Chico Hamilton playing? There's the record that you have. The one side he's soloing.
What is it?
I mean, Chico Freeman.
Oh,
record,
yeah.
The one side he's
I think it's called Chico.
Yeah. On one side, he solos on that.
Yeah. That is this one. And glad you pointed that out. I'm going to give this a listen. It's this one here.
Right. And I have... Where's the one I picked up?
This is great album.
I have that Hemet Bullet record I picked up.
If you're familiar with Indian Navigation, this is very much an Indian Navigation style album. I mean, it's pretty raw and intense. It's got a lot of fire. So if you're into that type thing, which not everybody is, but it's.
There's a
Cecil McBee.
Yeah, on Steeplechase, but Inner City, I think there's a Lee Konitz solo sax record.
Yeah, it's
There's tons.
Well, it's interesting. Like, it's when I listen to the Sonny and the Coleman Hawkins, like that style of tenor solo, just carrying it, you're like through the entire track. It's like so. I don't know. It's like pure. So it's so incredibly cool. I love it. The Braxton stuff is tough. That is tough to listen to.
No, that record I think is polarizing to people. Four
altos. Yeah, it's a hard. I mean, for me, it's definitely. I mean, it starts like the first track, he just comes in with a couple notes and then he just like blasts you, and it just doesn't stop. I mean, he's got a ton of energy and it gets wild. But it's good. I mean, for a solo alto double LP, I mean, it's very good. But it's definitely I think it's Braxton's second record, and yeah. Anyway, I've been exploring more Braxton, so I've just been thinking about that. Do you have any favorite Braxton?
Rob? Yeah, the one with Mal Waldron, the one on for where he does all the monk songs.
Oh, that's Mal Waldron's on that?
Yeah. I mean, you have to kind of say his hardcore, free jazzy. His record on BYG, that's a good record. I think technically it's his second, right?
Yeah. Is this one? This has Mal Waldron on it?
Yeah, look on the back.
Yeah, it does. And also has Buell Nedlinger, who I'm a big fan of.
Yeah. Harry's Music Room had a quiz between him and Mazzy on Beatles stuff.
We do jazz?
Yeah. I'm confident. I'm old, so I have that going for me. So that's my.
No, I could. That's
a good record. Then there's a record he did for Steeplechase. He did 2 volumes of where he played standards, right?
Yeah.
But the only reason he did that record is it was a studio session scheduled for Dexter Gordon, and Dexter Gordon bowed out, or for some reason couldn't do it. So they brought in Braxton in.
Yeah, there is this solo Sonny Rollins. It's a full album, and I think this is on. What label would this be on? Contemporary? It's his later stuff.
It's probably some form of
Milestone.
Milestone or Galaxy or
That's
Contemporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've listened to this.
I have that.
Before.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, I've listened to that.
But the solo stuff that's on Live at the Village Vanguard, since it's so well recorded, is really good.
Yeah, I need to kind of. I have 2 copies of that. I have an original pressing, and then I have the new 3 LP reissue, and I haven't really, absorbed it.
Well, I have those mid-70s twofers with unreleased stuff, and the one that when I got that's what I noticed, that solo stuff is killer.
Oh, so it's on. Okay,
it's only on. Well, it's on the 3 LP one that came out last year, but before that, it was only on the twofer.
There's some Braxton. I feel like like Rob was saying, this is a really good entry point.
Yeah, that's very good.
He's doing Monk, so it's real familiar.
If you want to listen to stuff where he's not being free jazzy, the ones I told you, the Steeplechase one, I forget the title. Okay. There's 2 volumes. Yeah. But also, Jim and I saw him last year, and he collapsed on stage.
Oh God. Who is he playing with?
These Wolf Eyes, these 2 moron electronic.
Oh, okay.
I'm not big on going to a show to watch a guy do this.
Right. Yeah, but Braxton, that's pretty cool.
Well, 2 nights later, he did a solo show at a church.
Okay.
But we went to this other one. So
that is very cool. Okay, Roberto, let's check it out. So Newland announced this week a 5 LP Chet Baker box. This is going to be all of his prestige work from, I guess, the 60s, 65.
Well, here, I think this is the story behind these.
Okay.
Someone can correct me. I think this is when he came back to the U.S. in the late 60s.
Okay.
So, and I don't know the dates of the recordings, but every album's the same lineup. I got to think they recorded all those in a short period of time. I have all but one of them. I need one more of that group, but
let's take a look. So
yeah, I think that's the one I don't know. I'm going to go pull mine while you look at these, but
I just want to
try and pull up the story of this, because I think if you go to let's go to Wikipedia. I think the story is he that's when he came back to the U.S.
He's definitely in the U.S. with these players.
Yeah, right. But it's all the same. Yeah. It's the same lineup on every record. It's the same exact line. Yeah.
And
cool. He's playing the flugel. He's playing the flugelhorn there.
Excellent. I love flugelhorn.
The thing I don't like about the Newland reissues is it's their own labels on their own labels on the vinyl.
Chris, we're talking about solo sax albums or songs.
Solo what?
Saxophone albums.
Oh.
I was listening to a number of them. So do you have any? Do you have the David Murray on JMI?
No, I don't have that one yet. I want it though. Because I know it has a lot of bass clarinet on there, which is awesome.
Yeah. Did Coltrane ever do a solo album? Is there like an obvious one that I'm like totally missing?
Not that I know of.
Be curious to know. I mean, he definitely did duos with Rashid Ali.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he did.
North Carolina vinyl picker.
Oh, 3 solos.
No, that's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. Hey, that's stupid though. The AI answer was Soul Train and Blue Train are solo albums that John Coltrane did. Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Stupid ass. So dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he did either.
1188. Do you have any favorite solo sax? And it's only certain instruments like sax, obviously. All different, types.
Yeah.
But is there a solo trumpet? I don't think so.
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
There's solo bass
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of solo bass, a lot of solo piano, obviously.
and solo piano.
Yeah.
I have three of the records.
We're talking about that new
Bigger?
land box, Chris.
What is it happening?
Yeah,
What's that?
This is
No.
See, this is weird because this one came out on roulette for some reason.
that is weird. Hold on one second, Rob. So, Chris, did you hear about the new land box?
Yeah, I did not hear about anything.
So, remember when we spoke with Nick Phillips and
Yes.
he was asking us for ideas, and you were like,
I don't know if he was asking. We were definitely giving him ideas, but yes.
we actually didn't publish this. This wasn't made public, but Chris said the Chet Bakers on Prestige. Well, our buddy at Newland is doing it.
Sweet.
Doing a box, all 5 of them, and it's all AAA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's $200 for 5, so it's 40 a title. Plus, you get the box and the inserts and all that stuff. So, it's the market rate.
Yeah.
But yeah, these titles are expensive. Originals of these are not cheap. They're definitely more. Well, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure they're all.
I don't
more
know
than
why
$80.
this one's on roulette for some reason.
That is weird. What is that one? Smoking?
Yeah,
Smoking.
but I got it. Let me look at the dates because I think they recorded them at the same time.
How are they, Rob? Somebody's asking how do you like the music?
I think people, because he's fresh. I think he's fresh out of prison. He came back to the U.S. to record these. They're good. Are they the best Chet Baker? No. They're good. He has the killer ass lineup playing the exact same on all of these. They're good. They're good.
Roulette. That's weird. Roulette put it out in 85. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's a reissue.
Yeah, I know, but on Roulette, that's just weird.
82. This is 82. But it was probably when it was owned by whoever owned it. Fantasy or whatever. I don't know.
Fantasy, yeah.
All right, so let's take a look. This is bopping. Let's see how much it goes for. So we'll do an original stereo, US 1967. You have the prices over here. There are, I don't know how many sold. They should tell you how many, like what makes up this. Let's just take a quick look. Oh God, you know what? Forget it.
That guy on the moped.
Let's just take a look. So the VG Plus is in Australia for $100, and then this near mint one. So anyway, so it's not easy.
Might as
to
well
get
just buy the
online.
box.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if you were to try to get all the OGs, it would take you a long time if you wanted to get them for good prices.
Oh, we like did a solo album called "Passing Through." That makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm sure Steve Lacy has a few.
Yeah, I've Steve Lacy solos saxophone.
Yeah. And actually, now that I think about it, there probably is solo trumpet on some of those European labels, like SAJ.
Well, somebody's recorded one, surely.
Yeah. But anyway, that Sonny Rollins one is incredibly good. It's so interesting to listen to because you're just locked in on his horn and you're hearing every little aspect of it. And he's sounds incredible. It's definitely the best track on the entire album. Let me get it.
Anthony Braxton has one called "For Alto," which is
he talked about that before you came. Yeah.
That's actually what started it, Chris.
It's a hard listen.
Yeah,
it's the first solo alto album.
Also, I think Archie Shepp has a solo sax album. I think.
So this is that Sonny Rollins. If anybody wants to check it out, the track is called "It Could Happen to You." Track 3 is played by Rollins unaccompanied. So, and this is an original pressing.
Also, that
really
what's
nice.
his name? George Gale.
There it is.
The guy who lived on this was homeless. He has solo sax album.
And this is a 57. So I think this only came out in mono. I think it's Sonny Rollins. Well, obviously, like he's solo. That's what you want to listen to. But on the other tracks, you have Sonny Clark, Percy Heath, Paul Chambers, and Roy Haynes. So solid group.
Oh, check this out. Notes and Tones knows Mark Turner's recently released a solo album on Jacob Rose label, and he has another one titled The Solo Sessions.
Okay.
And then Ambrose has one too. I thought it was funny. I looked up the 4 alto one, and just let me read this one little section. It's funny. It says, let's see, I guess Downbeat did a review or whatever. 4 months later, after the magazine published the second blindfold test, this time with saxophonist Phil Woods.
Yeah.
Which Woods, after listening to the same track, said, "That was terrible. I can't imagine the ego of a person thinking they can sustain a whole performance by themselves."
That's your boy, Phil.
It's not jazzy. It's not classical. It's dull. It's just such an ego trip.
Oh, Phil. Anyway, I've seen interviews with Phil, and he's definitely a supporter of the avant-garde. He just doesn't play it himself. But he basically says what Coltrane's doing, it's not for him, but he totally supports it. And then he goes into great detail.
Cool.
Yeah. 11, we talked about that already.
Solo album, Sonia.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Chris, do you have that?
No.
I have. Delphina gave that to me.
I don't know if I have any Rollins on Milestone. I know they're cheap, and
yeah, they're all Sonny later stuff on Milestone is very affordable.
Is it good though?
Yes, there are good ones. I mean, a lot of them are good. There's one he does. There's a live one, another live one. There's a lot of good ones.
I have one. It looks like,
but they're cheap. They're cheap. So that one, next album, that's a good one.
Which one? This one?
Next album, that's a good one.
So let's see. He's playing with George Cables, Bob Cranshaw, Jack DeJohnette, Dave Lee, and Arthur Jenkins Conga.
Arthur Jenkins Conga on that album. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Look at Nucleus there. I have that one.
Which one?
Nucleus.
Where is it?
Up right above, right there on the top.
Where it says Nucleus.
Yes.
Well, it's a lot to scan. So we got Sonny Rollins, Raul D'Souza, trombone, Benny Maupin, playing a number of instruments, George Duke, Chuck Rainey, Bob Cranshaw again, Eddie Moore, Roy McCurdy drums, and Tume percussion. Or Toom.
Yes, that's good.
How do you pronounce this?
Mtume.
Mtume?
Yep.
Percussion. Yeah, it's from 75.
It's a good point, Roberto. Chet box set needed Ashley Kahn's liner notes and tones combo of instant gratification. Yeah.
Okay, so it's got James Gavin, interviews with Chet Baker, George Coleman, Kirk Lightsey. So basically the bands, and previously unseen photos. So
I'd miss. Are these is it a consistent band on all of them, or
it's the same exact band on all of them? Can we go to the wiki on one of these albums just to see the recording? I just want to see the recording dates.
All right, give me a second.
Because it doesn't say on the back of the album. Because I have a feeling they recorded them, bam, quick.
Okay. So
what's up, Ricks?
So it looks like these were recorded August 65 over 3 dates.
All right, go to the next album.
It's the same 3 dates.
Oh.
So they recorded them over every album over 3 days.
So this is
Miles.
Yeah, it's like the Miles.
They did the Miles.
They did the Miles.
Where were they recording? Go back to that. I want to see who the band was because I missed that part.
All right, so George Coleman,
band you like.
Kirk Lightsey, and Herman Wright bass, Roy Brooks drums. Let's see what they're doing on these.
Pretty
so
sweet.
They're doing Tad Dameron tracks. That's cool. Sonny Stitt. So I'd like to hear these for sure.
Standards and shit. Yeah, I might get this.
More. They do Cherokee and they do more Tad Dameron, and then Richard Carpenter and Gladys Bruce. I don't know.
Yes, they're all Prestige, right? They're all in Prestige.
So it looks like there's a Tad Dameron track on every one, which is cool. Because who's playing on this? Roy Brooks. So Roy Brooks played with Tad Dameron.
How do you know? You don't know that.
He may have.
Didn't Tad Dameron die in the 50s or something?
I don't think he did.
I don't know. I love the band. Though. I don't know about. I mean, if you could take Chet out of the band and just make it a quartet, I'd be all over it.
So, if Richard Carpenter produced these, what did Karen Carpenter have to do with them?
Yeah, no shit. She played drums.
Yes.
They do 3 Tad Damerons on this last one.
Why are you obsessed with Tad Dameron?
Well, I'm just noting that they intentionally needed to pick tracks, and they did all Tad Dameron compositions.
You're getting a tad carried away with this.
Yeah, well, whatever. That's cool. I'm excited for this box. This is kind of like the remember when Nick put out the Lockjaw, Shirley Scott? Like, you just got all of them at once.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and I bet you it'll be very similar in the.
Well, it'll be. They did the Dorothy Ashby. If you look at the picture, again, my issue with Newland is they put their own labels on there.
Yeah,
I don't know if
we talked to them about that though. It's a licensing thing.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You were in the interview when he said that, Mike.
Yeah. Well, we need to bring him back for this box.
Yes. He sent us a record. We got a couple of records we need to do some reviews on and check out that we've been sent.
Yeah, I'm working on a review on this on my Substack, and I really hate writing. I have to say, I do not like how things sound. So I just keep revising, and I just feel like I'm just nowhere near
put it
where it needs to be.
I'm starting a Substack where I'm putting my Boomer Scalper articles on there.
Oh, good, excellent.
That'll come out. Yeah.
Should we just shut the channel down and just have Substacks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, most of the people here can't read. They can't read here.
They can read.
I do feel like just this one art, like trying to write about this.
Show that record.
Makes the listening way more intense. Like way more. So it actually is pretty cool. So I do encourage people to, like, if you want to just like write a little review or something on Substack, just start it up. If you're listening anyway, I mean, it's fun to do. I mean, it's actually pretty frustrating, but like it definitely makes you engage with the
show the record. Jesus Christ!
Like, I probably listened to this probably 8 times in the past week.
Yeah,
I never listened
to your review.
What?
I'm looking forward to your review for sure.
Yeah, it's good. You know, the thing is, my frame of reference is limited, right? Like, number one, I'm not a musician, so that limits me hugely. And then number two, really what I'm listening to with jazz is like also the old stuff. So I am trying to not make so many references to like the 50s and 60s. But I do feel like it's better than just saying like it sounds like this, to have like some like thing where it's like, you know, comparing it. Oh, the other thing is, this is mono. It is awesome. The mono, I am totally 100% all in that they did this in mono. It's awesome. And when you read my article, you'll know more about my opinions on that.
I was less plussed with the mono part of it, but I love the music.
You got it. The more I listen to it, the more the mono makes it so awesome that they did it in mono. And that might be a selfish thing just for my ears, but I love it.
Selfish.
Because the reason why I like it is because it fits in with, because I listen to mono all the time. So like, I'm always listening to this old 50s and 60s stuff. Sometimes it's mono, sometimes it's stereo. A lot of times it's mono. The old stuff is always in mono. So for me to get a new record that's recorded like this, and I'm listening to it, and I'm already kind of like acclimated to that mono sound. It's so weird. And I love it.
Yeah, it hit me differently. I mean, I didn't dislike it, but it took me a minute. I was like, this sounds weird. And then I realized it was mono. I was like, okay, that's cool. I thought it was cool, you know, but at first I was like, man, this doesn't have, there's, you know what I mean? Like it's mono.
This is probably my favorite JMI. And there's a lot of good JMI.
I don't know. I love it. I do love that record, but I think Plum's still my favorite.
I think I like it better than Plum.
That's a false statement. I mean, you might, but I think it's bad call. I don't know. It's really good though. I did like it a lot.
Yeah,
listen to the other one too, and actually like it too. The one with the strings. It's growing on me.
Yeah, that was really good. I've only listened to side A on that. I need to re-listen to it. I've really spent a lot of time with this, so I have probably a week left because I don't know.
I've been it's kind of funny. I've been listening to the same records a lot because I've just been lazy, like not putting shit up, and I was like, oh, so it's actually been kind of nice, like listening to the same record 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Yeah, it is nice.
I'm gonna do more of that. Because then you actually have a real frame of reference of the music, and it's not just like I think it's good because I heard it once and it sounded cool, and that's my whole opinion of the album. That I own.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
my process usually is for discovery. I go online a lot and I sample a lot, and when I finally find something that I really like, I'll stream it a bunch. Figure out if I can get the record. Sometimes I can't, but if I can, I'll get it. But by that time, and when I'm waiting for it in the mail, I'm also streaming it because I'm so excited. So by the time it comes in, I've probably already listened to it like 5 or 6 times. And then it comes in, I'll listen to it once, and then I'm done with it.
Right.
Because I've already listened to it so much, and I'm like, all right, the record sounds great. And then I'll look for something else. But that's why when I buy something, it's usually because I really like it.
Because obviously you live in LA, you drive a lot, so I stream in my car. There's one album I stream a lot, and I'm gonna buy the vinyl of it. It is fucking fantastic. It is the McCoy Tyner, the Montreux years. I can't think it came out last year.
Yeah,
it's a double album, and it's recordings from I think a 20-year period of time playing Montreux. Yeah. That thing is fucking fantastic.
Oh, I have that. I have it.
I've been streaming. You should listen to it. I've been streaming it. If you go, can you show the song lineup on it?
Yeah.
If you go to the bottom, so it's from what years? It's taken from
let's see.
The recording. It's over the course 3 legendary concerts. Okay, go to the bottom.
This is the CD version we're looking at here.
Yeah, the album came out last year. Go to the bottom. The last song on this album.
What are you so bad at using
the internet's not good for you. Yeah, this came out last year. I stream this all the time in my car. The last song on that album, go stream it if you can go to the song.
It's Ballad for Aisha.
Yeah, you got Gerald Clayton. Who's playing sax on there? Gary Bartz. Fucking kick at that song. Go stream it after this live stream. I'm always listening to that in my car because McCoy Tyner does so much with the piano. It's crazy how much he's got going on. That album is crazy good. I think it's not that expensive.
No, it was pretty cheap. I'm looking up.
But I like that in my car. I'll stream stuff all the time. So
I mean,
I'm always cleaning records, so I'm always listening to different stuff, cleaning, and
it's $35 on Amazon, which is probably a high price.
I'm sure you could find it cheaper than that.
How much was it on Discogs?
Let me see. You can get it for. Let's take a look. United States, there's 9 copies. Somebody has a mint copy for 16.
Bro, buy it.
Yeah. One of the losers out there are going to buy it. I should go buy that right now.
All right. Well, I'm dropping a link
about it. That album is really good, people.
Yeah.
From a retail environment.
So probably all in after taxes, if you're in the United States, probably what, $25?
Yeah, no tariffs.
Yeah.
Someone's going to snatch it from my cold dead hands.
We sold we sold that Mal Waldron Moods last week. Do you remember we were talking about it? Yeah, there was one for 30 and someone grabbed it.
Yeah, they should. It's a great record.
Well, I have one that'll be in my next auction. If someone has a hard on to get it, reach out to me.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Okay, too late. I bought the cheap copy, people. You all suck.
Hey, shut up. It's our audience. You're talking about.
Come on. Rob's opinions do not reflect the views of the Jazz Bomb.
Well, I'm the one who mentioned it.
Almost never.
You could have stole it from me, people, and you failed.
They're trying to.
Everyone did have a chance, but there is a 7-second delay, right?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. 7-8 seconds.
But seriously, do yourself a favor. Get this record.
I'm going to give it another spin.
I got to tell you. Well, at least listen to that one song again, Chris. But I'm going to tell you something funny today. I got a notification on Instagram. Someone gave me a shout out for recommending a record I don't own and never heard of.
All right. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I know. But I reached out to him. I said, I've never talked about that one.
All right. I do have a bit of a story I could tell, which is kind of interesting, and like to get everyone's opinion on this. So I go to the Goodwill every once in a while, and I really don't go that much anymore because I never find anything.
No,
I found
they figured it out there.
I found one mono copy of Cannonball Adderley on Mercury. I forget the name of it, but Chad reissued the stereo copy of it. It has the blue cover. Found that for $1. That was good. I found this for $2, and apparently it's a very good deal. It's not jazz. It's this Robbie Basho, and it's a private press on Tacoma Records, and it's called The Seal of the Blue Lotus. So this is like Fahey's label, so he was working with them. I don't know enough about it, but I saw it, and this cover just caught my eye because it looks like a transition cover or a Folkways cover. So, it looked like a quality, thing. So I got that, and it comes with the inserts. The inserts are in excellent condition. They're even in like this little like paper protective thing. So it looks like, just as
what year did that come out?
So this came out in 75, I think. No, released in 65. Producer is Ed or E.D. Denson. And Discogs has the genre as American primitivism or something. But it's a folk style with like an Eastern influence. And
that's cool.
It also has the Tacoma like catalog. And yeah, anyway, the record's in really nice condition. It plays great. Like VG Plus or whatever. I mean, there's like a little bit of noise, but it's from 1965. I honestly think that's probably just how it was. But like,
it's been reissued quite a bit too. Interesting.
Foreman with Beards reissued it. But anyway, I found it, and I was talking with Dave about it, local bandography Dave, because he knows this guy and he has a bunch of his stuff. And he was saying that this one is just solo guitar, which is really nice. It's really, pleasant, lovely to listen
to. Just sell it so you can buy an expensive jazz record.
Apparently his other stuff has vocals, and his vocals are pretty challenging. I haven't heard that, but this one is just solo guitar, and it's wonderful. So I'm keeping it, at least for now, and I'm putting it with my other private press little gems, and it found a home there. It's not jazz, but, solo guitar. I mean, it's pretty nice. So I was pretty happy about that.
Very cool.
And just
lease it to someone.
The Falconer, that was an SNL skit.
I got it for $2. So I was really happy about that. So now I'll have to keep going. This is just only going to encourage me to keep going and finding nothing for another 3 years.
I think you're going to become a beatnik, and all you're going to listen to.
I found that Cannonball 3 years ago.
If I found like $100 record every 3 years and I go once a week, it's definitely not worth it to me.
No.
The last thing I found at a thrift store was like a Ricky Lee James $5 record for $3. I was like, ooh, cool.
Okay, hold on. Let me check out the chat.
Record I actually won.
The thrift stores have dried up, man.
Awesome.
For me, when
$120 record. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I thought I struck gold with it. I mean, pretty cool. Yeah. Thanks, Alex. So yeah, I don't know.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave can't get the internet to work. He ran out of gas for his modem.
Sounds about right.
But the only reason why I even know who Fahey is because of what do you call it? Can't remember his name.
Are you saying Fahey or Fahey?
What?
You're saying
John Fahey, guitar player.
It's because of Dom. I'm sorry. Seeking a Thread. He's interviewed, I think, Fahey's biographer, and he's also showed. He's showed those records before. I think he's even auctioned some of those.
I thought you were talking about Mr. Leahy here.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
And there is a Tacoma Fahey on the wall of my local, but the record's beat up. They want $80 for it, and it looks pretty bad. And the cover, I think, has water damage.
What is the definition of a private press? Is JMA a private press? No.
A private? No, it's a record label. Okay, listen, Roberto, and take the cotton out of your
That's
ears.
a good question. That's a good question.
It's a typically the artists put out the record themselves.
Yeah,
They're not.
I feel like a lot of times it's
one-offs.
a lot of times it's their
They're
first
just one-offs.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like their first record, so they can kind of get their name
Can
out
I
there.
give you an example? I actually have a good example right here. Okay, I picked this up this week.
All right. Okay.
So this is the Human Arts Ensemble, which is, I guess, the brother to the Art Ensemble of Chicago. Like they're out of St. Louis. This record right here is reissued by Muse. They gave it an unpronounceable title. If you look at it, so they self-released a bunch of their first records. This is a reissue from one they did, very expensive. I can't even pronounce the real title of the album. This is a kick-ass record, but Muse put this out in 81. I think it originally came out in 79.
Okay.
And you could probably consider that a private press.
It says Muse on it.
No, the original record. This is a reissue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense.
Yes. I think it was their own label, but something like that. Okay.
The OGL is Coltrane Cosmic Music is a private press. I think.
But when does a private press do-it-yourself operation transition into a proper label? Because there's
it depends if they start a proper label with they have distribution.
So if it's just like 3 titles or something, it's
it's more like a private press is you take the tape and have somebody cut the lacquer and take it to a pressing plant and they press it for you.
Yeah, but usually
the label is doing all that shit together.
Sunron might be a good, for instance, to look into because they put out their own stuff.
Yeah,
but like Impulse, all the releases on Impulse were reissues from Saturn Records, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacobs is a private press.
No, it's not. He started a record label for that.
All right, then it's not.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll ask him what he thinks if it is or not.
Yeah. Well, there are private presses.
To me, private presses are just like have shitty covers.
Well, actually, I in the Sinatra collecting world, there are fans who would make compilations and press like a run of 100 and just give them to their friends. And that is a private press. It's literally just a private fan putting it out. They don't have the license for it. It's just like for their group. That also might be a better definition.
That's a bootleg.
But it's not sold publicly. So it's just something that they're doing.
Well, I mean, didn't Sun Ra do that stuff?
But he looked to, I don't know.
I mean, typically in my experience, it's a one-off record that the group put out. Or whoever put out.
Right.
What is this? I subscribe free. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Thank you.
What have I been listening to?
Also, OJC's. Oh, you said you weren't feeling too hot.
I listened to this one like 5 times this week. Awesomeness. Just it's 2 tenor winner. It's Does it look backwards to everybody, or is it just me?
Wait, Mike was talking about they're just two saxophones.
No. This is the whole band. It's a quintet. Clifford Jordan quintet featuring Junior Cook. So you got Clifford Jordan, Junior Cook, Kirk Lightsey on piano, Cecil McBee. We need to get him on the show again.
Oh, fuck.
And then Eddie Gladden on drums. Really, really great record. I've just been going through some of the crisscross stuff I have, but yeah, I like that one a lot. Anything with Clifford Jordan is awesome.
Yeah. Question for Felipe from me. Are you getting the Bitches Brew one step?
No.
Oh my God. You're not? Why aren't you getting it?
I have a 40th anniversary. I have the Bitches Brew plus whatever. I have the complete sessions. I have the other MoFi.
That's fair.
No, I don't need more. I'm past that, guys. I'm kind of leaning my stuff here. I don't need to be having.
There's no, and it's not on super vinyl.
Yeah, and I don't know record stores. I have to make videos about showing 300 pressings of things. And no, I'm just a listener, and I try to learn a little bit. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I thought that whole. I don't think we haven't talked about that whole thing yet, have we?
We mentioned it last. We just somebody asked if we were getting it, and we
Right. But we didn't know about the whole bullshit thing they put out, right?
I don't know. I guess not.
Like watch.
Okay, well, the fact that they're doing this one step, and they're not doing it on super vinyl because they said it sounds better on regular vinyl than super vinyl.
I talked about it on both my streams this week, and I feel like it's sort of another MoFi gate type of.
I don't know, man. To me, at this point in my life, my question comes to who cares?
No, but it really it is. It's a marketing blunder on their end. I'm not saying it's as big as MoFi gate, but okay, Nicole is a good for instance. Nicole pre-ordered this record
3.5 years ago.
For 2021.
Yeah.
She sent me the receipt to show me. I don't know how far along that period of time they got into the minutia on what it sounded and good or not. But to me, regardless of how anything sounds, because when I did my MoFi gate said their stuff sounds great. It's a marketing thing.
Yeah.
They sell that one step. Part of the features, it's pressed on the super vinyl. Mm-hmm. They had all opportunity to say, you know what, it doesn't live up to what we consider a one step to be, and not do it, or refund, give people a refund. That's my take. Why it's kind of a blunder.
Of course,
that's all.
Okay, I think maybe there's a difference, but given the average state of most people's systems, it doesn't make much of a difference, anyways, right? And second, I think it's kind of hypocritical people picking on MoFi, because if you calling MoFi a liar, you kind of sort of saying that everybody else is, truthful, which I find it pretty hypocritical and cynical, right?
It's weird that they're pressing this $150 record on a different formulation for the first time, and they said it's because it sounds better.
I talked to some people who had good points. They have a new pressing plant.
Yes.
And this is apparently it is a thing that certain formulations of vinyl.
I really like I really like the new stuff. I mean, their pressing plant is actually excellent. Whoever's been getting the newest releases, represses.
Mm-hmm.
I also got Kevin's record that is finally, the jackets got ready. He should be shipping in soon.
Sweet.
It's absolutely perfection. Those pressings are absolutely perfection.
I just wonder if they had trouble with the super vinyl pressing it.
It is, because I think the what kind of word can I use for that? So it looks like they waste a lot of material, and a lot of the presses don't come out that good because it's hard to make. It has to be like the really point in time where everything is perfect.
Yeah.
So if you can do well in a regular thing and not have so much waste of time, waste of money, why not? I think it's totally fair.
Yeah.
Right.
I got I was checking out Felipe. I was checking out the Max Girl Trio. I was talking about it earlier. Mm-hmm. That's pressed that Gotta Groove.
Yeah.
That is a great. My copy is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They did a fantastic job. It doesn't feel super heavy. It doesn't feel stiff. It just goes on the turntable. It flops down, flat, totally flat, and totally silent. They did a great job with that record.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a great pressing. I agree with you. I like that one.
Yeah.
And again, sounding like on a very practical, realistic way. In most people's sub $3,000 systems, most of those things are going to sound the same. They're not going to differ that much.
That's why I would just buy the regular one instead of paying twice as much for the same vinyl.
You will hear differences in mastering, but you're saying not so much the vinyl formulation.
Yeah, I mean, even the mastering stuff, I'd say, because there's so much stuff that's so nuanced and really detailed that if you're not using a moving coil to detect that, and if you're not using a perfect balanced amp that's going to hide the noise, up the signal, and in a very elegant way, quote unquote, it's not going to make that much of a difference, you know. Yeah.
Also, I love 50s pressings with
Yeah.
50s pressings with compression. So
And at the end of the day, go enjoy the thing. Just just go enjoy and try to learn more about that thing. That's all matters.
I got a record in from the 56. It sounds incredibly good, but I'm sure Rudy did whatever he had to do. Like it's compression that's on there. I think when people hear compression, they think of like the brick wall compression, but I don't think that's what Rudy did, right? Like he compressed it in different ways, and that's why like you get certain like sharp, clear like notes that. And anyway, this record sometimes like I joke around that like records can sound like magic, some of them, and a lot of the ones that I get that are old, I want them to sound like that. Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
I want them to sound like that, but only like
Happy New Year.
everything. But only a few actually do. And this one that I got, I'll show it later, it sounds incredibly good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we know his goal was to reproduce the club vibe, the club feeling. So drums and horns are up to the maximum, and you don't hear very well the rest of the stuff because that's how it happens in live when you're in a small place. That's normal. I think this grit, this roughness, has some magic to it. It's amazing to listen to it. It's very different from listening to like a Music Matters, which is the actual music that was recorded, right? How it's supposed to be. But I wouldn't even say it's a matter of preference, just a matter of presentation.
I agree.
There's no right and wrong. That's what you like, dude. I mean, I always say that one of my, and I think Chris also has this record. One of my favorite records I love to listen to that is the McCoy McCraven recorded to cassette tape. I love that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Love that record.
Great.
Yeah,
I was listening.
To be fair though, I'm also super biased against one steps and all that bullshit because I think they're a scam. So, I don't buy them generally. Like I would rather just pay $50-$60 for a nice pressing than 150. Like I don't really feel like it's that much better most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't buy them either. I was gifted. The only one step I have, I was gifted, but I did buy the Coltrane, the HQUR, because I found it for like $100. And
Which
that
one?
thing,
that thing is incredible. That thing is incredible.
I love Supreme.
Yeah.
That thing really does sound magical. So.
Yes, it's like no other pressing of Supreme. There's no comparison. Yeah, there's no comparison.
Yeah,
I like to stream I Love Supreme with my Bluetooth headphones.
It's like, yeah, I brought it to the store to play the show on a Saturday, and folks there, one of the guys that run the show, his favorite record. They have like many different pressings. When I put the UHQ wiring, there was like, dude, I never heard those symbols before.
Yeah.
Now, do they use the second generation tape on that?
I believe so. Yeah.
Which I think
I can't remember for the top of my head. Yeah.
We got some questions here. Any Has anybody ever heard of Glass Speed Games? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Speed Games is killer. And will it be one of the Mac Avenue reissues? It's not official, but it's got to be because
I think eventually it will, but they haven't even cut the next batch yet.
Right. Yeah. But they have cut them all to digital. Like they so all those I have to think that they're eventually going to release every single one of those. What don't you think?
If they can. I mean, I think they're taking it step by step.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I think the first run here, they got a Stanley Cowell, they got a Tolliver live at Slugs. We spoke about this earlier, but like they did a good diverse set and the Record Store Day exclusive. And I think they were just kind of testing the waters. So I suspect they're going to continue.
If you follow their social media, apparently the Pharoah Sanders made the top jazz billboard for sales.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I ended up getting that because of FOMO. I wasn't going to go out for Record Store Day, and then like 2 or 3 p.m. came around, and I was like, let me just call my local.
I'm gonna make a big deal. So you actually bought a Record Store Day record, is what you're saying.
So I called up Jerosa, they didn't have it. I called up Red Scroll, they didn't have it, and then I called up this shop called Disc and That, and they had a copy. So I was like, I'll be right over. So I got it, in the afternoon.
It's good.
I totally got it because of FOMO. I was just like, I'll just get it this way. I'll have it, And if I want to,
Yeah.
tap into
Have you listened to it?
reference it, no, I haven't listened to it. I mean, I've listened to it, I've streamed it before,
You
but
see that makes you a vinyl collector.
a total FOMO buy, total FOMO.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you that I bought the Live at Slugs. I bought it, the new one, and I'm selling I have an original and a reissue of the first one. This is better. This sounds so good.
Yeah.
So I'm getting rid of those, and this is the way to go.
Yeah. All right. Just to address that, in the case of a Love Supreme, yes. If you look at the video, I don't know if you saw it, the one that I made when it came out. Yeah, there's a sharp difference. There is, and I mean, most people that listen to this record, they had a chance. I compared to the original one. I compared to the 2020. Is it 2020? Right, the very first releases on the Verve series. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just so much clearer and bigger and wider and delicate.
Is it 45, Felipe? Was it cut 45?
It's 45. It's one track per side. Yeah.
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
I don't have many one steps, but Impact sent me that Sinatra one that they did, Sing and Dance with Frank Sinatra, and I had the reissue that they already did that was 33 and just regular, and then I had an original. And when I listened to it, I thought there was a huge difference, and I've heard people say that pressing there wasn't a big difference from like the regular one they put out, but not to my ears. I mean, I don't know if it's just the 45 and it's just quieter vinyl, and that just is what I'm hearing. It's not the mastering so much, like it's not the one-step process, but whatever it is, it's definitely, like, to me, it was superior. And the thing is, it's a 49 session, so it's not the greatest like fidelity in the first place. So having a really like revealing version of it was, it really made a big difference in how you heard his voice.
No, it does. Yes, I mean you said voice. Sorry. I think voice is the key, especially the Get Gilberto one. I think the way the voices come through is just it just sounds like it's just different. You got like it feels like this human touch, it just feels like it's an actual human voice. It's hard to explain, but it is different.
Yeah. So anyway, it's it's a special thing. I mean, I got it. It's a review, which was really, really fun, and there definitely is a difference. So for people who want to click that stuff, I mean, I totally get it.
It's cool, yeah. And just so Roberto, I think I'm not sure if it's like Grow Tired or his sonics. Most of the stuff that he does, he's just, especially for the jazz stuff, he's just translating the tape, right? Transferring the tape. He's not doing much. Right, and also if you think about it's a mostly like tube kind of system there. There is a tube warmth there, so I'm not sure if it's like Kevin's sonics necessarily, but I think it's not fatiguing. I don't think you're ever going to get tired of it because it's not fatiguing. And remember, throughout the ages until like the 60s, 70s. People like to refer to Led Zeppelin 2 because they cut off the bass. No, it happened to every single release because it will not work. So he's pretty much just revealing what's in there, Yeah.
And I mean, I listened to a lot of earlier stuff. So like stuff Tom Dowd cut, stuff Rudy cut, obviously, a ton of stuff Rudy cut, and other stuff that's like unattributed that I listened to. Like it's, like really old. And to compare it to Kevin Gray stuff, I love that. I mean, if I only listen to Kevin Gray stuff, I don't know. It's just the way that I balance my listening. I like listening to Tone Poets and the classic series. Every time I listen to a Tone Poet and hear what RTI does to that vinyl, it's like, it's just so quiet compared to the early stuff. Because even the early stuff that is quiet is still not completely silent. So like, in the 50s, I'm talking like 50s pressings.
Yeah. I think Kevin, most of what he does is being true to the source, and again playing with tubes, not solid state. So you have to account for that as well. But
what do you mean? You're talking about Rudy recording it on tubes?
No, I'm talking Kevin running on his mastering. But he's not doing much. He's just running the tape, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the way the way he treats the signal, going to the cutting head and everything, he has a very good cutting head. The latte. So
There's a new video on Frommer's channel where he's part of the interview with Chet and Kevin Gray, and Kevin Gray said I really didn't do much to it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the approach, unless it's actually really necessary, right?
Yeah.
That's what he does, and yeah, and he works really well. He's a really hardworking guy. He likes what he does. I communicate with him often. He's always like sending texts and everything. But he's passionate, man. I think this guy is just doing some of the best work with this material, and we should totally be thankful for that, because we're seeing that and we're witnessing, and we're having the chance to buy that, and actually for very cheap.
You're gonna get us a copyright strike from Frommer, Mike.
Well, whatever. I dropped the link. Go check it out if you're interested in it. Rob, did you?
We also interviewed him. If you haven't watched it, you're scumbags.
Rob,
Hey,
did you watch the interview? I'm sorry. Did you watch the that video with Kevin Gray?
About less than 3 minutes ago, I said I watched the video right
I
here.
don't know. You were just reporting that it happened. What did you think about it?
It's good. I mean, I think it's always interesting to hear stories from someone who's worked forever doing the same thing. But I feel like Kevin Gray being interviewed in his studio doing stuff, it's the same interview over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says his approach and how he does it. Talking to him in person, he's a great person to talk to. He always seems he's interested in talking to you.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. But these videos, it's him saying how much or how little he just doesn't do. He just cuts it.
Yeah.
Well, we spoke with him about bacon tape. So if you want something different, watch our interview, because we got.
How often did he have to do that?
His favorite interview ever, by the way, is the first one we did with him. He said that.
Yes.
Well, apparently Michael Frommer thinks you're great.
We are.
Cool.
Cool.
Michael Frommer's great.
Yeah.
I'm how horrible you guys are.
And actually, right, every time we interview him, he comes on the channel. We set up a link. We're not even there yet. He's already in the room before we get there.
And also, one thing that's never said about Frommer on like these channels is his ability to communicate in his writing. And the reason why, like, people, I know that he's like bombastic on camera, but like that translates to his reviews, and they're very attention grabbing. Like, they're very, interesting reads for the most part. Like he definitely has a fun style to read. So anyway, I just wanted to, because as I'm writing these articles now, I'm realizing what a pain in the ass it is to try to find creative ways to talk about things. It's fun, but it's also very challenging. So anyway,
but Mike, just keep in mind that when you're writing this stuff, you're self-described not expert. I think that voice resonates with people, and don't complicate it for yourself.
I agree.
There's not a single thing that's in Mike's life that he can't overcomplicate for himself.
Well, I know, but I mean, I hope this is a pleasure for you. It's a good outlet.
That's his fucking thing, man.
Don't get in your own way with it.
You know what I need to do? I need to pace myself better. I have to because I don't know. It eats hours so quickly when you're like focused on the writing piece.
Can I help you with this?
And then it's like I have very little to show for it.
Well, can I help you with this? Because I didn't really write much until I offered Jim to write this stupid thing I do. I think dictating it and then going in and editing it might be a good technique for you, because it worked for me.
I'm trying a lot of different things, honestly. Like every article, the approach has been totally different. I don't have a set way to do it.
I think, from my perspective, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to write on Substack. I write stuff by hand and just keep it on a notebook for me. But I intern a newspaper, and it's the golden rule, right? If you want to write something, it's something that everybody should kind of understand what you're writing. Try to be very direct and straight, and yeah, write what you're passionate about, Mike. You know, just.
Well, that's it. And honestly, I feel like there's not too many people writing about some 10-inch record from 52. So, you know, I mean, nobody needs to hear my opinions on, you know, Art Blakey's Moanin'. I mean,
why not? Do whatever, dude. Who gives a shit?
Well, anyway, I just feel like for me, it's fun to feel like I'm just like through my own discovery that if I can bring albums that people aren't aware of to, you know, that I feel like that might pique people's interest, especially in bebop, which I feel like I love so much, and that most people kind of, I don't know, honestly, what people do, but I just feel like I love it so much that it's an easy place for me to kind of feel like I can spend a lot of time, you know, thinking about it. So that's what.
Well, and I think that's probably the most honest, right?
Yeah.
So it's not you trying to do your perspective on Moanin' because you don't really,
right.
You know, you're more interested in what you're interested in right now. So
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
It's cool,
man. I love Moanin'. I love that. I love that song so much. Lee Morgan's solo on that is revolutionary. The way he plays.
Mike, no one wants to hear your thoughts on Moanin'.
His style on that is unbelievable. And Benny Golson too. And Bobby Timmons.
Yeah, Bobby Timmons wrote it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it is just an unbelievably good song.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. We should interview Art Blakey.
Sure.
How about you just all gather around his gravesite and just put him?
You know, let's get Cecil McBee again. Okay, Cecil McBee is coming.
Yeah,
back.
absolutely. That'd be amazing to finish that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated because, like, we started the first part with basically his entire early life up to Charles Lloyd, right?
I think we're going to end up being 3 parts. I think
because every record I pick up, he's on. Like, I can't even like. I don't know how we're going to cover it all. He plays with everybody.
Dude, I just picked up a record with Hampton Hawes. It's a live recording. Cecil McBee and Roy Haynes. And Cecil steals the whole album. It's like it's a Cecil album.
Where is it?
Somewhere around there. I just listened to it. It is crazy good. How good that record is. And yeah, he steals it. It's funny how he just takes over an album.
We did an interview 2 days ago that we'll be releasing probably this weekend. It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really good too. I urge everybody to watch that interview because it was absolutely great. Off the chart.
It's with Nina Furlan, the 7-time Grammy-nominated vocalist, jazz vocalist. She put out a new album with Nick Phillips, who's the producer, and a killer small group behind her.
Yeah.
Can you have it handy? Can you show it?
I don't have it in the room.
Mine is downstairs.
Mine's right here. Here we go.
Okay. Oh. It's an amazing record, guys. Sounds amazing. It's amazing songs.
Yep. And we were given copies of this from Nick. But yeah, it's on Origin Records. Really great recording. The songs are all awesome. You'll see our interview. But the other cool thing is she lives in North Carolina, and the whole project's kind of connected to North Carolina in some interesting ways. So.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I wanted to show.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. What do we got here? So that's him?
Robbie Basho, The Falconer's Arm, this first one. And then that's Robbie Basho. That's Falconer's Arm, the second one. Now, the thing about one of these is it's a misprint, and it's actually another record.
Oh, word.
Okay.
So
now, so the moral of the story is the Falconer did indeed have 2 arms.
Sure.
Right? No?
This is a comp that I picked up at RSD. I think it was last year.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then if you're into that, you're Leo Kottke.
Well, hold on. So Basho, what's his like? There's no vocals on this, but I've heard his vocals can be challenging.
Yeah, no, I don't really like his vocals.
Okay.
Yeah, not into it, but his guitar playing is crazy.
Okay.
So, yeah, And then Kottke as well, Theo Kottke, if you're into that stuff. And then these two guys, Harry Tossig and Max Ox or Oaks.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. You got some eclectic taste.
Yeah, no, I mean, I heard about John Fahey, you know, a little bit before I joined the VC and everything. So then I kind of just followed that trail. Because Kottke is on Tacoma as well. And so is Max Ox, I think.
Oh, okay. Now, was that his label or just some random label?
That's Fahey's label.
Fahey's label, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to spend more time with it. The insert is pretty detailed, like the liner notes. So
Yeah.
I think that would probably be pretty interesting to listen and read through those. I mean, I listen to the music. It sounds fine. Like it's really nice. It sounds a little spiritual. Like it almost sounds like Alice Coltrane a little bit.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel like it definitely ties in with jazz.
You think
is it a solo thing or is it like a band?
This one is solo.
No.
The one I found is solo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sometimes they'll have another like two guitarists playing or something like that, but I think most of it's just solo guitar.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll get I'm really happy to have found it. I mean,
Yeah.
It's cool, and I will get into it at some point.
It's totally out of left field, but solo records we were talking about earlier. Who was the guy that did that solo drum record on JMI? What's his name?
Mike Mitchell.
Mitchell, yeah. It's such a good record.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Max Girl record is really good. It's really, really good.
Felipe, I was saying that the Max Girl is my favorite JMI release. What do you think about that?
Among the ones that you know, right?
I know a good number of them. The only I pretty much have sampled them all.
So they're going to be recording in June. He posted on Instagram a record from actually a Brazilian artist. She's going to be recording for JMI in June.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean she has all her records available on Mr. Bongo. It's really good to contemporary Brazilian music. She's big, and I'm really thrilled. I think they're going to start, Mike, the Monday after I'm going to be there in New York for the Fashion Sorry concert.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been talking to Jay about it, and man, I think it's going to be amazing. Man, she's an amazing. I'm going to write her name here.
Do you remember?
Can check her out.
Yeah. Just going to ask.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's kind of a funny name if you speak Portuguese, but I think in English it doesn't matter much.
I think the guys at JMI are doing incredible work. I mean, like we spoke about this, I think, last week, but like all the different production styles, the different types of groupings, it's just like, I don't know. It's definitely a cool label. There's a lot going on. And I think when you kind of take a step back and look at it all, it's kind of an interesting way to appreciate it.
Yeah. So Cripple Creek, yes. Enya records are really well regarded. They have amazing sonics. They're well recorded. And you have many examples like Joanne Brakin. You have especially the Kenny Barron ones.
Well,
There's a lot of stuff.
This is Anja.
That one sounds like shit though.
Yeah.
This is a record. This is a mono live recording, and it sounds great.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. So Enya is a very good label. I think if you think about Northern Europe, I think it's better than Steeplechase in quality, in a sense. And they have more modern music than Steeplechase has.
Hey, Felipe, that guy I talk about often, El Fui Big Cho, he has a new video, his third video about Enja, like GPs to make up for
Yeah,
Enja.
and Chris, he shows the Enja record you bought from me. The one with the vibes that are coming out.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, if you don't like this, you don't like jazz. I just sold that to Chris.
Yeah, of course. You only sell the records that are good and keep all the shitty ones.
Let's see it. It's Jerry Allen's on it. It's called like Shades of something.
Lost it. Yeah.
You don't like jazz.
Shades of Change. Yeah, I've only listened to it once, but I liked it. So you got David Friedman, Jerry Allen, Anthony Cox, and Ronnie. What is that?
Barrage.
Yeah.
Good.
So I want that back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, David Freeman kind of takes over the whole thing with his vibe playing. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, it's good. Most of the stuff that you find on Enya, you can go try it. You're gonna like it for sure.
I pretty much just buy anything I find.
To be fair, the Mal Waldron stuff on there is very expensive.
True.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, always.
Wait, is it? Oh, well, the one is. I mean, what, are they all?
He has like 5 records on Enja.
Okay,
They're not cheap.
well, the one's super expensive, right? The Seagulls.
The Devil. I've seen it come down a little bit in price. Shout down to the Devil.
Of course it was, Roberto. Why wouldn't you? You know.
Yeah, maybe that $2 could go to the fund to help start it back up.
Hey, we're starving artists around here, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I'm looking for Sarah Connor.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, I picked this up at the flea market last weekend. I didn't know about this album. It only was out on CD. It's I guess it's here's the hype sticker. It was her first recording from 2001 or 2.
Yes, I know.
26
Yeah,
years.
pretty cool.
And it was recorded over 3 years, and it's very God, I broke it. No, it's very kind of.
That's the beauty of CDs. It's not going to scratch.
Yeah, but a lot of it is kind of her later electronic sounding period. And both her sons are on here. It was produced by Robbie.
Nice.
It's good. I don't think it would be a bad decision to reissue this on vinyl, but it would be like 2 LPs. It's good.
I think CD is fine, yeah.
Yeah, not perfect.
Felipe, what is your favorite JMI record that you've heard?
Among the ones that I heard,
Well, I mean, it's the only ones you would know about, so yeah.
I think I like Ray Angry 1 a lot.
Yeah.
I like Ray Angry 1, and I like Plum too.
Mm-hmm.
And I am kind of waiting for there's a Questlove. They're recording Questlove eventually. It should be.
Oh
coming.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they're
a
recording-
solo
Peach
record.
one? Is that the Peach one? Right?
Yes, I like
Yeah.
Peach. No, but he's gonna be. Yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna be called Peach, but yeah.
I thought it was because it had like a peach cover, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm in Philly for VinylCon tomorrow. I stopped by a few shops today and couldn't find much. In Philly? Huh.
Yeah.
Never been there.
That's the guy who's going to do the show here in August in LA.
Matt goes to a vinyl convention every weekend, I swear. It's awesome. He was in August a couple weeks ago.
Hey, so what was the channel that had that Enja thing, Rob?
El Bichi Feo. I'll share a link.
Yeah, just so people know who we're talking about, because
Yeah.
we've spoken about him on the channel before, but I love his channel, and I learned it from you.
I think Dave's been watching him more than I have, but then I've followed this guy for a while, and he should have a bigger channel than he does. He's to me, he's coined using the phrase on YouTube, cheap heat. That's the guy I got it from. There's the link to his new video. It's the 3rd video on Enja. He kind of sides towards fusion music, but these Enja series he's been doing is quite good.
I think he's an artist.
Yeah, but Dave says he's a drummer.
He's a drummer, yeah.
I think is he from Northern California, Dave? I think he is.
Yeah, he's very, very channel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cheap Heat, man. It's my whole damn collection. Shit.
Hey, I have a couple? I have a stack, but I won't show a lot of records. But I have a couple that would spur good conversation. By the way, Delphina gave me this mic.
Upside down. There you go.
This
Yeah.
Mary Lou Williams.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, I don't know too much the Jazz Tone label.
I do.
For Jazz, yeah, Chris, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, it was a mail order thing.
And they reissued a lot of like Verve stuff or just the Norman Granz catalog.
Yep.
They did, but I think they did a few things on their own, and that Mary Lou Williams might be the only that actually might be a Jazz Tone production.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the only one. They produced a bunch of shit too.
Nice
But
trade
most of it was reissues and comps and stuff like that.
Okay, here's a record that I think a lot of people find because there's two versions you can find often. There's the one that Blue Note put out called Art Pepper, I think it's an LT series called Omega Man, and then there's a Onyx or one called Omega. So it came from this, and this is a VSOP reissue from the mid '80s. So this album was originally put out only on reel in 1955, and this is the original cover of the reel.
Only on what? Only
on reel tape, reel to reel.
Oh, okay. That's why it's called Omega tape. Yeah, that label Omega also had Omega disc, which was their.
This was a huge failure for them because they specifically recorded this album to be released, but their calculation that no one owned a real machine to play it was a failure for doing it. So apparently the tape of this languished. No one picked it up to issue it until the early 70s when I think Onyx was the one that put it out first. And then I think Blue Note bought it or something, and that's why they issued it. But this is the original.
That's a great story.
Yeah, this is the original cover of it. So
yeah. Cool.
I have the other two versions, but I like this cover better.
Yeah.
So
that Onyx label did a lot of really cool reissues like that, and then also the Jerry Newman stuff. I did an article on like all his stuff that he recorded for Esoteric and other labels that never were put out. They picked up like Art Tatum stuff that it won 2 Grammys back in the 73, and they did some other stuff. It's a pretty great label. It's small impact, but it has a really incredible kind of.
Who, Onyx?
Yeah, it looks very similar to Xanadu.
It's the same company.
It's the same company.
Yeah.
Here, this album only came out in Japan, but a lot of the material from it was put on CDs that Blue Note issued, like in the '90s. But this is fantastic.
What is it?
It's just recordings that were done over, I think, a certain period of time because there's different lineups on here. It's mostly Lee Morgan. I think Reggie Workman is swapped out for Jamie Merritt.
Yeah, it looks like a couple sessions.
But this is really good. So some songs were put on the CD for Freedom Rider and stuff like that, but they've never. This only came out, I think, as a limited issue in Japan in 1980.
It's got Future Tone Poet written all over it, then, huh?
Yeah, it's really good. So, but here, this is sealed, Mike. So I want to know your opinion on this. This is from the special edition OJCs they did in, I think this is 86, that were pressed on the premium vinyl.
Okay.
I've not opened this, but I don't know if this is that easy to get of a record. I don't have a lot of Lem Winchester.
It is a good record.
It is a good record. So
the lineup looks pretty good.
Yeah. So you don't often find these sealed at all.
Yeah.
So that was originally on New Jazz in 1959.
I didn't open it to see the label inside. Do you want me to open it?
Yeah, do it. It's 86.
Yeah.
For that, yeah, for that one. I mean, you can get it's affordable. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Yeah, it's affordable.
It has I don't have to use the knife. It has a perforated edge.
Fancy.
I know. Okay.
Weirdly, they're all in Europe. It's fucking bizarre.
It has the postcard in it that they sent out.
Oh, yeah, New Jazz. Yeah.
It does.
Oh, it's a stereo copy. I think the original was only in mono.
And here you go. Translucent.
No,
yeah, that's cool. I've got several of those. They sound good, man.
Yeah, like every one I find on this type of vinyl, might sound in vinyl. If only Bitches Brew was on this type of vinyl.
Yeah.
This is the first pressing, mono. Let me go back. Denmark mono, US mono. So that might be Japan 74 stereo. So it was recorded 59 Inglewood Cliffs. So it was recorded stereo, but New Jazz did this a lot. They put out in mono in 59, even though they had stereo tapes. So
Because nobody had stereo players back then, hardly. That's why.
I guess
And
they,
no one had reel-to-reel tape machines.
well, if they were going to do one pressing of it, which is probably wasn't like they didn't probably press thousands of them. They probably were just like, let's press it in a format that everybody can play. So if we're just going to do
100%.
one run of it, I would think that would make sense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just like color TV, man. Color TV came out in the 50s, but nobody had them really until the 60s.
A number of Blue Notes were stereo, but only put out originally in mono as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Sonny Rollins, Volume 2.
Oh,
I think that was only mono, right, Felipe?
Oh, by the way, yes, I have a Classic Records mint copy to sell. If anybody wants one, just let
Of
me know.
what?
Shoot me a message.
of what?
Mono?
Sonny Rollins Volume 2.
Mono?
Yes.
Hey,
When
here's
is
the
the
last-
oh, okay, go ahead.
this is the last story. That's a good story. So I have this record. Also, I have the other version so this originally came out on Cobblestone. Does anyone know this story?
Yeah.
So this record is not Big John Patton on it. It is Larry Young.
Weird.
So the story behind it, I posted in the Discord. There's a good running thing on Hoffman forums. So apparently, there was debate on this record if it was recorded 65 or 67. From what I determined, it's 65. So Grant Green was in Pittsburgh doing the live shows, and he needed money for some stuff. And he made a proposition that if he'd cut an album, just give him some money. So they went and recorded this album in Pittsburgh. Hence, I think the guy who did it said, call it Iron City for one of the songs. It's a great album. It's really good. But so the tapes, they tried to sell the tapes, and then Cobblestone was a subsidiary of Buddha Records. They bought the tapes, and it was recorded in 65, but it came out in 72 on Cobblestone. And there's a reissue on Muse with a horrible different cover where it's a drawing of his face behind guitar strings that looks like jail. It'll be in my next auction. This is a better cover, but it's a good album. It's a good story.
Muse also released that Kenny Dorham. That was like an independent one. I think maybe on that same label.
Yeah.
And then they also released the Pete LaRocca that was reissued as a
Bliss.
Chick Corea. So Muse did a number of really there's some hidden gems in the Muse catalog.
There's a Don Ellis also.
Don Ellis, okay.
Yeah.
The guy who recorded it or paid, he left his little story in the Amazon area for the album in the reviews, and someone found it and said that dude's legit. What he's saying is true. That's funny how someone did detective work on it.
Cool.
Because there was
did you say that Milestone was a subsidiary of Buddha?
No, Cobblestone.
Cobblestone. Oh, okay. That's weird. Because Buddha is like a classic rock.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to start a jazz label.
Yeah.
But they were
BYG?
No, Buddha, the result of Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah, Cobblestone wasn't around that long before Muse bought it.
Because Mayfield had his own label, Curtum.
Yeah.
Buddha. Oh, sorry. There was they kind of look the same. Sorry.
So apparently, the label was born out of another label called Kama Sutra Records.
Okay.
Buddha.
Another, yeah.
Buddha was.
So Buddha handled a variety of music genres, including bubblegum, pop, folk rock, experimental music, and soul.
So Buddha distributed other labels, including Kama Sutra, Sussex, and T-Neck Records.
Yeah, and Kurtom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that makes sense.
He was connected to Curtis Mayfield.
So I wonder if they just distributed Cobblestone.
Well, from the investigation I did, not on Wikipedia, Buddha started Cobblestone as a subsidiary label to release jazz titles.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Look out for my next Substack
true.
on Buddha Records.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is true. It's from
Is BYG a distributor of Buddha? Because I feel like sometimes I'll get BYG and they have Buddha inner sleeves.
yeah.
No.
Maybe in the U.S. they issue
Probably in
it.
the US, yeah. That makes sense.
I think I only have one Buddha record.
Okay.
They had a really cool label.
Yeah.
I would jump on.
The inner. I don't know what I did with the inner sleeve for this, but it's a Buddha inner sleeve.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Keep it
Look
quiet.
at those guys. How dare you.
All right. Well, I could show records. I got
Do it.
three records then. Okay. I got a 10-inch Blue Note. So I did an article about this guy Jerry Newman who recorded Charlie Christian in Minton's in 1941. I write it, publish it. I go on eBay or actually Discogs, and this pops up for $20. VG plus VG plus. It's a Blue Note 10-inch with Charlie Christian. So I thought that coincidence proves there is an afterlife because Charlie Christian was looking out for me. Because this is not a $20 record. I mean, it's not a hugely
I
expensive.
don't think so. He's not making any profit on the eBay purchase. I don't think he is.
He was pleased with my article. I felt so.
Clearly, he sold his soul to Satan to be.
But it is weird. I was when I was writing that article, I was sampling this because he plays I think it's a studio album from 1951. He plays the first track on this is incredibly good for a 1941 session. How this sounds, and also this guy Edmund Hall plays. What does he play? Sorry, give me a second here.
I love this 10-inch. What are they doing here?
Well, he plays it's a different instrument. It's oh god, I don't know. It's the abbreviation.
A valve trombone.
No, it's abbreviated CL, and it's like a vibraphone, but it's not. It's like a higher pitched
clarinet.
No, it's like a vibraphone.
Clarinet.
Like a mallet. It's like a mallet instrument.
Celeste.
Celeste. I think
Celeste.
Maybe Celeste. So it's Charlie Christian with Edmund Hall and Celeste. And
Sweet.
the first track is for 1941. It sounds so modern. It's incredibly good, and it's recorded well. It sounds really good. It's part of the 5000 series. So this is modern jazz, series. And
does someone rap on it to make it sound modern?
Well, they had the 7000 10-inch, which is the New Orleans. That's like all the 10-inch Sidney Bechet's, and I think Edmund Hall also shows up on that too. But Red Norvo's on this. Meade Lux Lewis is on this. Meade Lux Lewis is another guy who will show up.
I think he was in the very first Blue Note recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's right. So anyway, this was really nice, and it's cool. I've been looking for these early 10-inches, so that was nice. And for $20, I thought that was a great deal. This next one popped up for $25. It's a original mono Coltrane jazz, which it's good. I mean, it's Coltrane on Atlantic, and it's a compilation from 3 different sessions. So this came out after he left the label. I think this was just stuff that they had, but it's all quartet and it's nice. I will say though, they just didn't record this stuff well. I mean, the mono's nice to hear.
Oh, label says like a black label.
No, because this is after he left, so it's a little later. It's this mono.
Okay.
This is the first mono of it.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just feel like Tom Dowd just didn't really record them well. The rhythm section just sounds totally buried in this.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a little underwhelming.
Get the Bernie Graham on 45. It's amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Kevin Gray would have done
That's
a better
weird that
job.
it's the rhythm section because they're doing all R&B records on Atlantic at that
Well,
time. You know,
That's
And
all.
it's
That's all I could tell you. I was really underwhelmed by the Sonics on this, which is not surprising. I mean, the
You
Atlantic.
should be used to it. It sounds like all the shit you listen to.
No, this sounds worse. No, this sounds worse. The Coltrane Atlantic stuff is like known to not be well recorded.
That's just because Nuts and Tones tell us that.
Well,
I
have
just told you it doesn't sound well recorded.
I have a bone to pick with that because I have Giant Steps, an OG copy, and that sounds great.
The black one.
Sorry, maybe a third pressing.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: my issue with the original, the black labels, is I don't know if they were pressed on bad vinyl.
Sure.
I have copies that look clean and
Yeah,
they're
they
noisy.
suck. It sucks.
Yeah.
I think most of the Atlantic stuff sucks.
Because so you can't hear if it sounds good or not anyway, right?
Yeah.
Am I getting the engineer's name right? People
Yes.
are questioning it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I love that record though.
It's a great record. Yeah, the music's great on it. Now this,
I think all those Coltrane blues my favorite.
Coltrane. Yeah.
Coltrane blues is amazing.
Yeah. I love that one too.
I pretty much like all of Atlantic stuff. This one, I don't know. I guess I would probably prefer the one with Don Cherry, Giant Steps.
Do you have the one with Don Cherry?
No, my favorite things is really good.
Yeah.
I can tell you something about that. My experience with Avant Garde, the one with Don Cherry. I think the stereo sounds better than the mono.
Really good to know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I've had both, and you know that they did that box in 2018, 17. That's digital.
Give them the recording date for sure.
Yeah, but get yourself, even if you get those weird covers that they did in the early 80s, where they made them look weird. It's like a rival of the LT series. Those sound pretty good too. Those pressings.
Felipe, did Org do the Avant-Garde one?
Sorry?
Did Org Music?
No, I don't think they did.
No. I think that was the only missing there.
I love those. They're great sounding, man.
Yeah.
Except for LA, that was bullshit because they cut that one
Yeah,
song.
because they cut off the song.
Yeah.
I have them all. I have a copy of them all except for the Avant-Garde. That's the one I need.
Yeah.
Find a stereo copy of that. It sounds good. Sounds
I'll
better
keep
than
mine out.
Yeah, I mean they're recording the stereo age, so it has to be.
Yeah. And then one more. This is the one I was talking about earlier that I just love. I might do like an article on it, but it's label by Gus Grant called Progressive. And this is a total sleeper. It's Hal Stein with Warren Fitzgerald. This is the original first pressing. It has Bob DeRoe piano, Alfonso Cotton or Al Cotton bass, and Paul Motion drums. It's a 55 Hackensack session, released in 56. Rudy cut the lacquer.
What label?
Progressive. So they put out stuff by like George Wallington. There's a really expensive George Wallington on it. And they did some Al Haig, I think. No, not Al Haig. They did a number of really cool titles, but they're all pretty hard to find because they didn't press that many. But this is the Progressive label, Deep Groove. This is their second LP. And the groove on this, I mean, I gotta say, when I was listening to it, I was like, this could have easily been a Blue Note release. Like they got a great, like hard bop style on this, and it just sounds incredible. This is I'm really blown away by it. So I think I might do a write-up on it because I feel like it's worth it. And people know about this record. It's definitely a hidden gem, but people definitely.
Well,
when I was doing
like
some research on it,
Japan.
people are definitely aware of this, but it's so good.
And that's a West Coast label?
Well, it was recorded in Hackensack, so Progressive may have been distributed out. No, it's distributed in New Jersey, Ridgewood, New Jersey. So it's an East Coast label. But I never heard of either of these people, and I just actually Chris from WCB Jazz Vinyl, he's the person who told me to check this one out because I was telling him I was getting into progressive.
Okay.
And one came up for a reasonable price, so I grabbed it. I'm so happy I did. But it's just a great sounding record. Like, it has the magic. Like, it just sounds crystal clear.
If I buy this and I don't like it, can I get my refund from you?
But look, sample it first. This, it's another hard bop record, but I think it's part of that 1955. I mean, that's a special time for this music, and I feel like they nail it and in their own way. So I love it.
I have a question for you, Mike.
Yeah.
What does the new Obi strip in the thumbnail say? Do we know?
It says, it says Friday Night Live, Jazz Bums. It's like a number of variations of that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we are in the Obi strip era of the live stream.
Yes.
So all future live streams will feature an Obi strip.
Because we're recycling all of the 1,000 freaking thumbnails that Mike's already
We're
made.
going Japanese pressings.
We're kind of doing reissues now.
Yeah, exactly.
But we have like a backlog of, I don't know how many, but we have like maybe, I don't know, 50, 70 thumbnails.
Dude, more than that. Holy shit. I can't even
100, so I'm just gonna start and we're gonna use the Obi.
How many live streams do you think we've done without looking? Everyone.
2022, right? Started, I would say 2025. 50, I would say about 140.
But not all, but Felipe, not all of our live streams had the custom, like,
yeah, most of them did though.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just getting like a gross number for that total amount of live streams.
total amount. Yeah. I would keep it 70. I would say 70 of them.
Oh
That's
no, for
ridiculous.
sure.
No, dude. We've done like 52 a year. What are you talking about?
I know, but
that's
we didn't always have that. We didn't always do that.
That's what I'm guessing, about 140, 130.
Pretty good. 165.
Holy fuck.
I'm just talking about the album covered ones.
We don't care about that. We're just talking about the number of live streams.
Well, yeah, we've had every Friday since 2022.
Okay, well, hang on. I'm going to share my screen now. So, hang on. Now we got to see how many we've had the covers for, right?
Yeah, let's look at the backstage.
And Carlos, you've been watching us since the very beginning, right?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty much.
You were on,
Carlos is a Jazz Bum super fan.
yeah. Well, you were on the early streams, I'm pretty sure.
You should get a perk.
Yeah.
Mike, you should send all your promos to Carlos.
Hey, Chris, make it a little wider, please.
I'm trying, dude. Wider? Like this?
I was joking.
Well,
It's funny. I remember the first time you guys live stream. I was still commuting to work in Miami for the weekends. I was still living in Tampa.
struggling.
And I was this Friday night. I was like in my hotel room. I just started. You guys like, we're going live. Remember this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know where I was. That's why the whole thing about the title started. Where
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see. These are all custom, so we're going back to.
Yeah, the first one was like, "Where's Felipe?" And then
that's
from
how the
there,
whole thing started. Yeah.
from
Look,
there,
we're already at 90. We have 90 with custom thumbnails or whatever, right?
Oh, wow.
Okay, all right, that's pretty good.
Let's see what's next. Yeah, it's a lot of thumbnails, Mike.
Yeah.
Damn, that is a lot.
Oh, the picture of me in the Rev. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is where it starts. It starts with, you see that one, Miles Davis Walkin. That's why
I think it's like late 22, mid to late 22, right?
So that's kind of when it starts, or working maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got this one.
That's fine.
No, that's not a lie. That's me showing you pickups that nobody
We
watched.
should do like a reminiscing episode.
How many views did it get? Oh, it got
1,700, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this is back when we just had our whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't even know. We still don't know what we're doing, but we
No.
even more so didn't know.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Where's the first one? Let's see.
Oh God. Yeah, go to the first one. Let's see what we look like.
Okay.
I
First
think
one, it just has no thumbnail. Where's Felipe? 2020.
Yeah, that was the first.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
it.
got it. Yeah.
And then we found Felipe. And then I think after that we were like, well, now every title has to have.
Because I was driving, right? So I got to my hotel, I checked in, I put all my stuff in, and
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I found you guys.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Oh.
Yeah, and we were really supported. Like Rob and Mazzy, Carlos.
Yeah.
There was a number of people that just automatically was just because I think there was so much energy around live streaming because of like the MoFi stuff and lockdown, and it just like people were just gravitating to wherever they could kind of, talk
Yeah,
about.
It just forgot to mention it's like a negative energy around MoFi and lockdown.
Well, we never even spoke about I mean, I think we mentioned
Thank
it,
goodness. Thank goodness. Oh my
but we
God.
never really
Yeah.
felt like we had
Yeah.
to weigh in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
whatever.
man, MoFi is great. If you can live with it, fuck it,
Yeah.
Have you got any of the records they pressed besides the Kevin one?
I got the Santana Braxis.
Oh, sweet. How is that?
Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing.
See, I wonder if I need it though. I've got the one that Kevin did, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever, right?
I had one of those half speeds from the 80s, which I sold in the auction. Just I didn't want to have 2 copies, and I think who bought this? I forgot. I think it was. But I got a couple of emails from him afterwards. I mean, this was so amazing. I got a great bargain here buying this half speed master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see which one I have. I love that record.
So Lenny Tristano album cover. Well, I'm not making any new thumbnails. We're doing this Japanese thing, but the thing is that Atlantic Lenny Tristano would be a good one because it's pretty easy to do.
Do it though, man. Make it happen.
No, you gotta be consistent.
No, I'm not doing it. No,
Just be consistent. Yes.
or if I do it, I'll put.
Have you done any Bethlehem?
Maybe one. Maybe.
I can't think. Maybe
Yeah.
Daddy Plays the Horn would be one that could be pretty easy. Because the thing is, what I try to do is, and this is why like the Reed Miles designs are so great.
Yeah.
Is that they're just simple. Like you're basically deleting text, matching fonts and sizing, and then trying to. And, I mean, there's a little bit more that goes into it, but I try to just pick ones that I could turn around within a couple of hours.
Right.
So yeah. So anyway, so the Lenny Tristano one and Daddy Plays the Horn on Bethlehem probably would be easy.
Okay.
And Rob, you have some pretty nice thumbnails now.
Yes, they're all of various versions of me.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Well, actually, I teach a class in I use my experience with YouTube. And the other night I showed people setting up the live stream and my how I make thumbnails and stuff. So cool.
Where did Felipe go?
He left. Don't you just talk into your phone and say, "Hey, ChatGPT, make me"?
Well, okay. I do. All right, I do. I will admit there is a part of the thumbnail that is that, but I do go over and re-edit it. So I use my graphic design abilities to change it a bit.
Yeah, you have to because they come out pretty
gotta
wacky.
step out.
Yeah. Well, they're getting the words are getting good. What's going on? The words are getting good. It's getting better, but it's crazy what it can do now.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, my head, my face, I put that on there and all that stuff.
We made one. Hold on, let me show you it. I thought it came out really cool.
They fixed a lot of the weird like 6-finger shit.
Why isn't it showing? How come you guys can't see that?
Hey,
oh, it's the wrong window. Sorry, give me 1 second here. This
guys,
right. Like I was just like, make us look like we're in The Simpsons, and this is what it made. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like 3 comic book store guys.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm thinking about starting a Kickstarter. I have a product I want to put out. Can I show it?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah, it cleans your records, but they're still dirty afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's funny, each time you clean a record, you have to put $2 in it.
$99.99.
$1.99. Yeah.
That'd be good, Levin. Oh man.
Anyway, that progressive record I showed, that Hal Stein, Warren Fitzgerald, that is, if you're into the early stuff, that is definitely one to check out.
Where'd Felipe go?
He left.
I think his connection got messed up.
He saw
Mine StreamYard's been acting funky. Like I try to get on here and it just does the craziest shit.
Now, are you on your laptop?
No, I'm on my phone. Laptop don't work no more.
Hmm.
It's down for the count. It's old. It's from 2013.
Jesus.
I
Yeah,
thought you
everything's
what did you
Apple
buy
over
new?
here.
What
What's
did
that?
you buy new? I thought you bought a new computer. Am I wrong?
That's a brand new phone. This is
Okay.
the fancy pants, however thousands of the dollars, damn iPhone.
All right, Mike, what do you got? Show some records before we end the stream.
I showed everything. Dave, I'll trade you this for an L Saturn with a cover.
Not an L Saturn, but I can definitely trade you something.
No, it's got to be L Saturn.
Nah,
That's what I
man.
need. I'll throw in $100 on top of it.
Well, no. Did you like the record?
Yeah, it's good.
Then
I mean, I
don't
spoke about it earlier. It's
Those-
kind of like spiritual solo guitar playing. It's really
That's
nice.
what. That's the essence of the Dig record. You don't ever get rid of that record.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
that's a good point.
Like you found that in a Goodwill. That's epic.
It's okay. It's okay to be into other things other than jazz.
Yeah.
That area.
No, it
Yeah.
isn't.
You hold on to that, man. Hold on to that.
Can we boot Roberto? I mean, Carlos. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw Carlos. I saw the Basho records you had.
Yeah.
I'm missing one half of those first two there.
Hey,
Oh,
You
okay.
only have one of the arms.
hey,
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are my Basho records? Hold on.
hey, I'm curious. A lot of people picked this up based on me saying this last week.
And now
Okay.
they're all mad.
What are people's opinions of this? Can you
I don't
comment?
know. Love it.
This is
Oh.
Charlie, who has the BYG catalog. They did not make this like audiophile, whatever, but they did remaster this, and it sounds quite good. So I'm just
Is that
curious.
a live performance?
Yeah, it's the one. It's the other live performance other than Seattle, but this one sounds 10 times better.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's only 2 or 3 known live recordings.
This is the main one.
Yeah.
That was in France, but this was it was $23 on Amazon. I don't know if it sold out. I
That's
know
it?
quite a few
23?
copies. Well, if you order it from France or wherever,
Mm-hmm.
it's expensive in the shipping.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm curious what people think. I think it sounds quite good. So
I like the Seattle one, even though some people don't, but I think it's
well,
great.
just the quality of the recording. This is a much better recording.
Yeah, I mean, it is
And
what
Pharaoh
is,
Sanders
you know.
is not on this.
The fact that they found it in some guy's basement, the tapes, is
That was a crazy
just,
story.
you know, I mean, it was just down there, you know, doing nobody any good.
I like
We
the
get to hear it
janitor.
now.
I like that monk one. What is that monk one that Impulse put
The
out?
janitor one,
Yeah.
live in Palo Alto.
Yeah, well, they had the regular recording and they did the janitor one. That was cool.
The janitor one's cool, man, because it's the janitor recorded it. How cool is that?
Yeah.
It's raw.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, was that in Palo Alto?
Hey, wait, Roberto, you're a janitor. Have you any recordings in your basement?
He's not a janitor. He's a doctor, sir.
I know. Come on.
Sir.
We have a rivalry thing going on. Come on.
Carlos, here's the Basho records I have. If you want to see them, this one. I need the other half of this one.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I need that. I need
He
the other
really
half.
had boots.
Oh yeah. Basho sings.
Oh, nice. Now, do you like his voice? Are you okay? Are you good with it?
I wasn't at first,
Right. Yeah.
but now I'm fine.
Yeah.
The Grail and the Lotus.
Okay. Nice.
This is a later one on an orange label.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one I have?
No,
Yes, it's a reissue. Yes, it is.
no, it's different.
Who does he sound like?
What's the one that you have, Mike?
This is the Seal and the Blue Lotus. The one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Voice of the Eagle. This one's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Okay.
this one I found sitting in the world section at my local for like
Nice.
a couple of bucks.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
Yeah, it's on Vanguard. There's a DVD like documentary with the same title, "The Voice of the Eagle,"
Nice.
about him. So pretty
Yeah.
cool. But that's all I've ever found around here are those. His stuff's really hard to find.
Yeah. I know that Noble gets them sometimes.
Man, I haven't seen Dylan with them. They must get gone
No?
on me.
Okay.
We're going there tomorrow. There's about 7 of us from the VC meeting up at Dylan's tomorrow.
Nice.
Big meetup. Kimbo, Mazzy's buddies in town.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's following Pearl Jam around. So
Yeah.
Sweet.
they're playing Raleigh twice. So he's going to both.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. What?
And so
You
he's
might as well
stopping
just
in
take all
Charlotte.
your money and dump it in a trash can.
Shut up, you
Yeah.
moron.
I think he was just in Nashville, and then I don't know if he's driving or flying from Nashville here, but we're meeting with him at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm. I went to a show this week.
That's cool.
I'm going to leave in about 5 minutes. But
Yeah, I have to leave soon
Yes,
as well.
I have to.
But I went and saw it was Billy Idol. It was really cool. It's really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah, he sounded great, man. And
Really?
Steve Stevens was a fucking monster, man.
Oh,
I knew he was a great guitarist, but holy shit, dude, he went crazy.
That
he
would have been a great
he
gig.
did a couple of like solo things for like 5-10 minutes, just Steve Stevens going off, man. He's a monster guitar player. It was really
Oh,
good.
man.
Joan Jett opened it up. She was terrible.
Oh, really?
I mean, she sounded fine. She's boring. I don't like Joan Jett.
I like Joan Jett. I used to have
Yeah.
some 7 inches.
Wait, she opened for Billy Idol?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
What,
I mean,
what,
it was fine. It was just kind of boring compared to Billy Idol.
what venue in Dallas?
No, at Fort Worth and Dickies. It's a arena we
Oh.
have over here. It's about 5 years old. It holds about 12,000 people, probably.
Damn.
Were there
Yeah,
other
it's really-
bands? There weren't any other bands?
No, it was just them two. But Billy, I mean, he played about an hour and a half, so it was a good show.
Wow.
Played all the
That's
classics,
cool.
a couple of new songs. He's got a new record out with and one of the songs he played, he did with Avril Lavigne, I guess,
Oh, no shit.
on the new album. It was cool. It was really cool to see him.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity at this point.
Yeah. What's funny, my wife saw him on her first date with her first boyfriend 41 years ago. So
Oh, wow.
we went and saw her birthday was Wednesday, so we went and saw him. It was fun.
Was Louis there?
No. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't
How
think
did
so.
I was going to say, how did he miss that?
Good question, man. Good question.
Give him shit.
Yeah, it was really fun though. I really enjoyed it. I was glad I got to see him because I never saw him back in the day.
I've never
I
been
did-
able to see him, and I've seen a million shows, but I haven't seen him come
He's not
through.
becoming. You should look it up, dude. He's touring right now.
Yeah.
My
I was with
friend,
a place at the gym for sure.
my friend picked me up a ticket to see Herbie at the Bowl this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Bowl does an interesting thing. They release a certain amount of shows with dollar tickets.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So
Now this is not the Headhunters thing that already happened, right?
no.
Last year?
But it's LA. He could have people just come up and join him,
Yeah,
His new drummer, the young guy, and I don't
Yeah.
know his name, is
He was-
incredible.
He was
Yeah,
at the last. He was at the.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him here downtown Charlotte, at the Blumenthal. It's a big fancy theater, and
yeah. He
it
plays all
was
those
great.
places, man. I saw him in
What-
Dallas at the Opera House or whatever they have over there.
Yeah,
It's good.
the drummer is what impressed me the most.
That guitar is pretty badass too, though.
He was different, man. He really did some interesting things.
Yeah, for sure.
It was hard to follow at times, but he was. It was. They made it work. It was really cool.
Well, the trumpet player is pretty cool too. Now I'm thinking about it. I mean, I don't know who all those guys are. I have to look that up.
Well, the trumpet player was pure fire in
Yeah,
that band.
Before we go, can I show some more records?
yeah. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
drop in 2 seconds, but yes.
So I go to my Boogie Monroe, which is a store that has Japanese vinyl, and every time lately I've been going in there, they have a new Mal Waldron I don't have. This is a live album that is excellent.
Cool.
Damn, I've never seen that.
Yeah, live. This is on Polydor Japan.
Wow.
Awesome. Here's another Human Arts Ensemble record.
Sweet.
Okay.
This is on Black Saint from '78.
Cool.
I was able to complete this Bill Evans Live in Paris. It's 3 LPs. These records are astronomically expensive, but somehow I found the first 2 for like really cheap. But this was on the wall at Freak Beat. Yeah,
Oh,
and
cool.
this was not cheap to complete the
I
This
really
have-
dug that shop.
Actually, they have this series or whatever. There's a Monk one, I think,
Mhm.
but this sounds excellent. I guess it's from Radio. This sounds so good. The drums on this.
I wonder if it's a CD set of all of them. Where is it at? Bill Evans.
I don't know. But this is excellent.
Yeah,
If you're
most
able
of
to
those
find
European radio recordings are really good. So
right. I think that this is from 72, but it came out later. On
Rob,
the
who's the guy that runs Freak Beat?
Bob.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, he's good. And then I found this Lee Collins quintet on Milestone Piecemeal. This is really good.
Who's he playing with?
He is playing with Eddie Gomez, Jack DeJohnette, Wendell Marshall, Marshall Brown, Dick Katz on piano, and he's doing
Soul.
3 different arrangements.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lester leaps in. Yeah, that's a good one.
Which one's Dick Katz? And then I think I completed my Blossom Deary Daffodil Records, her own label.
Very
this
cool.
This is a hard one to find.
Wow.
Winchester and Apple Blossom Time. So I think for a period of time she lived in Winchester, Virginia, which is sort of on the border of the DC area.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the Shenandoah Valley Apple country. This is a double LP. Ron Carter's on this, and this is quite good. Very good.
You should do a video on that label, Rob.
On her own label?
Yeah.
Maybe, yes.
That's
really,
cool.
it's really
I'd
good.
love to learn more about it.
I mean, here's a good way to get into her. Last year, they released a CD box, which I have over there, of all her Fontana recordings. She went to live in London for a period of time in the 60s. I think she did 6 records. You can get that now. I think it's like $30, $33 on Amazon, and it's quite good.
yeah, I only have the VMP release of that album, the Blossom Deary one.
Me too.
I love her recordings on Daffodil. A lot of them are live recordings, and she's an awesome piano player. But if you grew up like me listening to Schoolhouse Rock, she did the majority of the female singing on that. She has a very distinct sounding voice, and she uses in these live later ones a lot of humor. It's good.
This Bill Evans in England, is that the one that just came out?
No, chat. I mean, that's one of the Zev ones. That's one I don't have.
Rob,
Okay.
question: that Alice Coltrane CD you were showing?
Yes.
When was that released?
2004. 2004.
Really?
I found it
completely
sealed.
missed that.
I found it sealed, but I think it's not that. I think you could probably even get it on Amazon, but
Okay.
it's really good.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that.
All right. Well, I'm going to shut it down. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Really appreciate it. Oh, Rev, you're just joining now. Well, we're going to shut it down. You're going to have to.
You sure? I can
watch
show a
through.
couple records real quick.
If you could show them in 2 minutes, we could do
All
2
right.
minutes.
I'll just show one.
All right.
It
This
came
is
in-
for
this-
this is for Rev.
All right, for Rev, this came in today in the mail. Here you go. Very cool artwork on this one. So this is the Sea Ensemble on ESP disc. It's an original.
What year did that come out?
It's later ESP disc. It's 3018. We Moved Together is the name of the album, and it's this couple that did it. They did some other stuff too, but Donald Raphael Garrett, he played with Elzabar on some of those German records that I have. Pretty good player. This is some weird shit, to say the least. So right up the street of the man that just tuned in late. So here you go. Sea Ensemble on ESP disc. Interestingly, it says made in Poland on this one. So I don't know if he had to press stuff in Poland later on with this label, but maybe just the labels were printed in Poland. I don't know. It's a little strange.
Well, they're known for their label printing.
That looks like an ESP disc label.
They're a weird label.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And their potato soups.
We know those early ESP discs, it's like I'm not going to go through everything, but they come in like that same folkways style packaging. You know what I'm talking about, Dave? Have you seen
Yeah.
those?
Yeah.
So like, I have a New York quartet. I forget what it's called, like New York Art Quartet.
New York Art Quartet. Yeah.
And that comes in the same type of packaging. It seems like they all source from like the same, I guess, jacket manufacturer, and it's this really kind of cool old style jacket. And whenever I see those, it's generally like a cool record.
I got Alex's old copy of that record. I don't know if it's I don't think it's a first pressing. That's an early one, man. Yeah, here it is.
I'm gonna go, guys. Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna shut it down. What's that?
Right.
Let's see it. So can you show the back of it? Now hold on, let me just show you my copy.
Yeah, you have a first press.
Yeah. But like, so this pressing,
Yeah.
it has that. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like this thick.
Yeah.
If you have folkways, it's the exact same thing.
Right.
where
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Yeah,
this
that's a
tip
first.
on.
That's a first pressing.
But that's the same thing that this one's like. So Fahey pressed using the same thing. You see that?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So always look out for like these types of jackets because they usually can be really cool stuff because the people who use them for whatever reason were like all these independent small labels and they're cool.
Hey, Mike, here's one. So the Giuseppe Logan.
Okay.
Notice the black.
There you go.
And
Cool.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
the first.
Yeah. So I'm sure at some point they switched over and they stopped using them, obviously. But just cool stuff. All right. Good night,
I have
guys.
2 Pete Seegers that are like that.
Thanks for joining, everybody. See y'all next time. Have a good weekend. We love you. Goodbye. Good night.
Bye.